We're studying IGCSE ICT, and we're looking at chapter number 2, input and output devices 2. Now in this class, we're going to focus on, let's see, what did we learn in the last class, actually. Recap, we read most of the input devices like, we looked at a few things: keyboard, mouse, joystick, driving wheel, touch screens. We looked at RSI. We looked at limited hand wrist movement. Or what was the other thing? Let's just say other stuff. RSI and all of that. We did pass through a question this one. Now today, what are we doing? In today's class, we're doing agenda is to do input devices. Which devices the last two remaining? That are 1, 2. The first thing is going to be camera and speaker and sensors. Then we'll start output devices. Before output devices, we'll do DDE devices or direct data entry. Now, Zahra, before you start the class, write this in your notebook, write this in your notebook. Or write the title only. You don't have to write this. Let's start. Put the date and the title. I want you to start reading from your digital camera out loud.
Digital cameras. Digital cameras have largely replaced traditional film-based cameras. The images are stored on a memory card, solid-state memory, and can be transferred to a computer by directly reading the memory card by slotting it into a card reader attached to a computer or a printer, connecting the camera to the computer using a USB port, using wireless data transfer, Wi-Fi, or Bluetooth. The images are uploaded from the camera and stored in a file in the computer. The user can select which photos to upload and which to discard. The images are then available for printing out as photos, can be used in a slideshow, imported into software such as a word processor, or uploaded on the internet.
Fine. Read the highlighted part again.
Traditional film-based cameras, images are stored. Replace traditional film-based cameras. Images are stored on a memory card, transferred to a computer by reading the memory card using a USB port, wireless data transfer, Wi-Fi, or Bluetooth. Can be used in a slideshow, imported into software such as a word processor.
Fine. Uses of digital cameras. Now, digital camera is fine. The first thing is read only the highlighted parts. Taking photographs. Okay. Better photographs in smartphones or tablets due to use of expensive lens. Okay, and dedicated software. So instead of saying any of this, let's say better photographs, use of expensive lens due to use of expensive lens. Next, it's use of a data capture device. What is the meaning of data capture? What is data, Sarah?
Storing files.
File or information. Data means information, right? Info. Any useful information. So this is used to gather information, such as in many of these things, such as, let's say, if you're driving a car and you need to see what is behind you. Okay, if you're driving a self-driving car, then that has like 18 cameras. A self-driving. Do you know what a self-driving car is?
No, sir.
We'll look at that in a second later. That was in chapter number 1. We'll look at that afterwards. You need to read that. That's very important. So used as a data capture device. Helps drivers see their immediate surroundings. Dentists take photos of patients' teeth. Creation of virtual reality tools. Done. Only these. The next thing is read the highlighted part, Sarah. Quick.
Okay. Taking photographs, better photographs due to the use of expensive lenses and dedicated software. Data capture device help the driver to see their immediate surroundings. Dentist take photos of a patient teeth. Creation of a virtual reality tours.
Now, these are called uses. In the exam, they will ask you this sometimes, but the main thing, which if you don't remember, you're failing it. You're failing ICT if you don't remember these. These are advantages and disadvantages. Is that clear? Okay, let's start this. Easy to produce better quality photographs. So ED, easy to produce better quality photographs than traditional camera. Easier and faster to upload photographs to computer. No need to develop film. Memory cards can store thousands of photographs. These are some advantages. Now I'm going to give you more here. Read the highlighted part first.
Easier to produce better quality photographs than with a traditional camera. Easier and faster to upload photographs to a computer. No need to develop film. Memory cards can store many thousands of photographs.
Okay, so no need to develop film, right? And it is also, let's say, no need to develop film, saves money. Not really, let's say, also environmentally more acceptable. That's one point. No need to develop film, so environmentally more friendly. Is that clear? That's one point. Now one more point. Easier to delete. Let's say unneeded photographs. Photographs from memory card. Now, if you had to choose any of these, you should memorize all 5 of these points. In the exam, they ask you at least 4 points. You should remember 5.
Yes.
Next, read this out loud.
Disadvantages of digital cameras. Need to be computer literate to use the camera properly, as the transferring, storing, and manipulating of the images via as computer requires some understanding of how computer work. There is some artistry lost because clever software now correct errors in the photographs. For example, incorrect exposure remover of red eye extra. Images often need to be compressed to reduce the amount of memory used. A single image can use more than 12 MB of memory. For example, should I read it?
No, don't read that one. Okay, let's stop here. Now, what are we understanding from this, Sarah? What are the disadvantages of a camera?
Okay, so there is artistry lost because there might be errors. And so what
Wow.
actually
Yeah.
compressed means? Is it like
Compressed means not the physics one, not that compressed. Compressed here means reduce size, reduce file size. Is that clear?
yes, sir.
Now reducing file size. Okay. Fine. So after reduce file size, because they take a lot of space. So the point here would be, I'm writing a few more points on the top. So yeah, images take a lot of space and so need to be compressed. That's a disadvantage. One more thing is, fine, that's it. Yeah, those are it. So it needs to be compressed image, yep, to save space or to prevent memory card getting full. Let's not write that part. Let's keep it in here. So these are the points. The first one is this: requires understanding of how computers work for transferring, storing, and manipulating images. Artistry lost because clever software corrects error. That's 1, 2.
Artistry?
Now, why? What is the meaning of artistry?
Yes.
What do they mean here? They mean, look, now Zara, if they are taking images, okay, And if you have, let's say, if you want some shadow to be there, if you want it to not be perfect, sometimes the artist wants to make some kind of image, okay? But what the software will do, it will fix something which it thinks is an error, and that will eventually actually ruin the image, right? Because computers are not actually clever. They can sometimes what they think that something is an error, and sometimes they think it is an error, but they can correct it. Fine.
Yes, sir.
Now, okay. Let's do one thing. I'm not going to ask you to write this in your notebook right now because usually I would, but I want to finish the syllabus quickly. So these are here. This will be uploaded in the GCR. You have to write it in your notebook later.
Okay, sir.
I read from here, microphones.
Microphones are either built into the computer or are external devices connected through the USB port or using.
Zara, stop just a second.
Okay.
When did you join the class?
Sir, at 7, I think I was late, 5 minutes late, yes.
7. Okay, but there's a.
Sir, okay, I can tell you when I joined.
That's
I
okay,
actually
it's okay.
messaged, yeah, at 7, yeah, okay.
All right, no worries. That's fine. That's no worries. I continue reading.
Okay. Where was I? Through the USB port or using Bluetooth connectivity, figure 2.16 shows how a microphone can convert sound waves into an electrical current. The current produced is converted to a digital format so that a computer can process it or stores it, for example, on a CD.
Perfect. What do you understand from this?
Yeah, microphones can be connected to USB or they can be connected by Bluetooth, and then the current produced. Okay, that's all. Can process it. Sir, that's all.
Fine. Just a second. Let's continue. Let's see over here. Now, microphones are either built in the computer. Okay. Now, I'll just tell you how this works. Okay. On the whiteboard. Working of a microphone. Look, you have like a drum over here. Perhaps a drum like this. Okay. You have seen a speaker, right? And on that speaker, you have something like that. Now, this speaker is now connected to another device, and this is connected to your wires with, let's say, some other computer here, CPU. This is called ADC or DAC, sorry, DAC. Okay. Now, how does this work? This is your speaker. You have a DAC, you have CPU. What is DAC called? It's called digital to analog. Now, Zahra, do you know what digital means?
Yes, sir.
What does it mean?
Digital. Sir, okay, I know what digital is, but I don't know how to explain it. Digital. Right. Yeah.
So digital, if you can't explain something, then you don't understand it. That's something I tell people. If you don't understand, yeah, I'll tell you what it is now. The definition. Okay, digital means information or information stored on computers. Okay, format of information stored on computers. So whatever is stored on a computer is digital. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
That is the form, is how it is stored. Tariqa, right? How the method of storing is called digital. Now, so whatever is on your computer here, or let's write instead of CPU, let's say PC, computer, or CPU in your PC. Now, what happens is from the CPU, some electrical signals are going to go there. Digital is also electrical signal. What is it? Electrical signals. It's how they exist. Electrical signals. Fine. So electrical signals go like this from here. So something like this. Okay, these are my electrical signals. They're going in this direction. Then from here, this is called digital to analog. So what it does is it's going to change it and it's going to turn it into digital to analog. What does analog mean? What does analog mean? Analog means the information in real world. Okay, format of information in real world. Is that clear?
Yes.
Or not just information, or let's just say things in real world. Anything, any or action. Okay, action in real world. So what happens is after the signal comes here, this DAC will convert this into physical movement, not electrical signal now, physical movement. How does it do it? It is connected to this device and this will start vibrating up and down like this. Is that clear? So these
Yes.
are vibrations. So this is how it works. You have electrical signal comes to digital analog, then it causes the speaker to vibrate. I'll give you 3 points here. 1, file stored, we'll say digital file or digital, let's say audio file on computer is sent from CPU, from PC CPU to DAC in form of electrical signal. Write this in your notebook. Working off, not a microphone, sorry, speaker.
Sir, can I say something?
Yes.
If I will write this on my notebook, then whole processor will be upside down.
Say that again.
If I will write this in the notebook now, then whole process will be upside down. For example, the points which you have given upside the highlighters, those went to.
So have you written anything?
No.
So it's fine. You just have to write these 3 points, okay? This will come in the exam. This will not come in the exam. It will, but this is what you have to write in the exam, fine? This is for your understanding, this is for the writing. So whatever you have to write, you have to memorize. Exam में सोचना नहीं है कुछ.
Sir, have you given ICT?
Yeah.
How much did you score?
A star.
That's great.
Now let's see. I also gave computer science in A levels. Okay. I think I got something 98 or 97% in computer science. A levels. Alhamdulillah.
Total
Let's
percent
continue
for,
over here. Say that again.
the total percent for each subject.
No, that was I'm telling you for computer science. Computer science, ICT, then you have computer science, right? Same thing. But that's in
Yes.
class 12. In class 12, you only have computer science. In computer science, I think I got a 97. I don't remember the overall though. Something similar, right? Overall. Now, digital audio file on computer is sent from CPU to DAC in form of electrical signals. And what happens after that? DAC converts electrical signals, or let's just say digital signals, to analog form. Let's just write it as yep. Then what happens is the drum or speaker vibrates. Let's write that. Digital signals only. Don't write electrical. That's it. Now this will give you 3 marks in the exam. Usually it comes for 2 marks. So that's I just want you to have the information you need in the exam, right? And if you have everything, then you can use it to answer questions. We're not trying, let's not just miss anything. That's what I'm trying to do.
Okay, so
Now I think this was this a speaker or microphone? Okay, that was a microphone. I've told you about a speaker. Well, that's afterwards. Okay, but that's an output device though. Okay. How much have you written?
finished.
Finished? Then on top of it, write output device.
But sir, speaker is used.
Used to?
It is used in. Why is it not input device?
Because it cannot take anything from you. It can only give from the computer to you, right? You can't speak to it. You can't give it something. Let's say like a microphone, if you say the computer will get something, take something from you. If you, let's say, and as a picture, the computer is taking something from you. But right now, computer is not taking something, it's giving something to you. Only the sound already stored in the computer. Nothing new is being stored. Okay. Input devices all store something on the computer. On the other hand, output devices give something which is already stored. Is that clear? Now we look at speaker as well afterwards. Let's look at microphone. It looks similar, exactly the same. Is that clear? Look, what happens here is, I want you to start reading from here. Read the highlighted part.
Sound causes the air to vibrate. A diaphragm, the microscope picks up the air vibrations. The diaphragm also begins to vibrate. Copper oil
Just a
is.
second. Stop from here.
As the diaphragm vibrates, the cone moves in.
Okay. Just a second. This.
As the diaphragm vibrates, the cone moves in the out, causing the copper coil to move backwards and forwards relative to the magnet. Forward and backwards motion cuts through the magnetic field around the permanent magnet, inducing an electric current. The electric current is analog in nature.
Okay, analog. Then something is missing here. I haven't told you. Okay, look here. The audio electrical current output from microphone can also be sent to computer where audio converts. Sound card converts current into digital signal, which can be stored and which is stored in the computer, which can be stored in the computer. Read this part as well, quick.
Electric current output from the microphone can also be sent to a computer where a sound card converts the current into a digital signal, which can be then stored in the computer.
Now this sound card here is called analog to digital, because it's converting something which is analog to something that is digital. Okay, electrical signals produced because of the sound is now becoming digital signal. Electrical signal, electric current to digital signal. Let's look at the uses. The uses are, write in your notebook all of these.
The uses, the one you're highlighting.
Yes, only the ones I'm highlighting. How much have you written?
Converts speech into text.
Okay.
Should I write the advantages of microphone too?
Advantages of microphone too. Yes, write it. And disadvantage: sound files use up a lot of memory, and voice recognition is not accurate as typing. Done.
Done, sir.
Senses.
Assalamu alaikum, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Walaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Read from senses. Quick. Rania.
Sensors, the section deals with analog sensors. A sensor is a device that inputs data to a computer. The data is measurements of some physical quantity that is continuously changing. For example, temperature, light, moisture, etc. These physical quantities are analog in nature because computers only understand digital data, 1S and 0S. The information from the sensor needs to be converted. This is done using an analog to digital converter, ADC. Sensors are used in monitoring and controlling application. Various types of sensor are used depending on the applications. When monitoring, the data sent to the computer
Right,
is
stop. Zara,
Uh,
read the highlight part only.
Sensor is a
Highlighted part.
device.
Yeah.
A sensor is a device that inputs data to a computer, continuously changing, are analog in nature. Information from the sensors need to be converted using analog to digital converter, used in monitoring and control applications.
Sensors are used in monitoring and control applications. This is chapter number 6 or 5, I think. 6. Now, let's continue here. Read this table, Rani.
Temperature, a type of sensor. For temperature, the application used in automatic washing machines, central heating systems, and automatic glass house and ovens. Pressure, used in interior alarm system, washing machines, robotics, environmental monitoring. Light, used in automatic glass house, automatic doors, interior alarm systems, street light control. Sound, acoustic, used in interior alarm systems, monitoring liquid and powder flow in pipes. Humidity moisture, used in automatic glass house environmental monitoring in factories where moisture levels are critical. For example, manufacture of microchips, paint spraying. pH, used in automatic glass house chemical processes, environmental monitoring.
Now you have to memorize this. I won't be asking you to write this in your notebook right now because we don't have time. But this is page number 35. You have the book in the
36.
GCR. 36. This is in the GCR. I'll update it as well. Go through it.
Okay. Sir, actually, I joined late because on my timetable it was written as 7:45.
7:45. But you have class at 7, right? Let me check.
Yeah, actually, on my timetable, it was written at that ICT class starts at 7:45, so I didn't
Okay,
know.
yes, your timing is wrong. It's not 5 o'clock either, it's 5:15 and
Okay.
7 o'clock. I think
Okay.
we'll send you a new timetable, don't worry. Continue. Zara, read.
The highlighted part. Okay. More accurate readings are continuous, not breaking the monitoring.
Read the whole thing, not only the highlighted part, whole thing.
More accurate readings than taken when compared to human operators. Reading are continuous, not breaking monitoring, because it is a continuous process. Any necessary action, control system or warning monitoring system will be initiated immediately. Systems can be automatic, removing the need for human intervention. Very important if the process is the hazardous or need precise control monitoring. Disadvantages of using sensors. Faulty sensors can give spurious results. For example, sensors on the rear bumper of a car that monitors obstacles. If these become dirty, they may either not identify an obstacle or give a continuous alarm. More sensors are analog, therefore they are require conversion using an ADC.
What is the meaning of intervention? Intervention basically means, let's say, assistance, or let's say doing some action. Let's say it's like assistance. So no human is needed in that process. No human input is needed. The human does not have to come and check up, right? Intervention also means checking. So all of this is happening automatically. The human does not have to come and sit there and do a job. Therefore, we don't have to pay employees. So we have a good business. We don't care about people losing their jobs. We care about less money spent on employees. So less employees, that is better for us. Advantages. But disadvantages are faulty sensors can give spurious results. I don't know why they're using these fancy words. Wrong results. Fine? Is that clear? Any questions? Now, they also require conversion to ADC because these are analog. Sensors are analog, they require conversion using an ADC. You can't just use it directly because computer doesn't not understand. Read this part, Azara. This, just a second.
Highlighted.
No. This one. Let's read this part, which I'm going to do pink. Pink is more important than yellow, by the way. Read the pink part.
Because computers only understand digital data 1 second or 0 seconds.
The information, continue.
Okay, the information from the sensors need to be converted. This is done using an analog to digital converter.
Fine.
So
So
it's
computers,
ones and
yes.
zeros, right? Not 1 seconds and 0 seconds. Ones and
No,
zeros.
ones and zeros. Yes, exactly. Ones and zeros. Now again, that
Yeah.
is not good vocabulary. They should just say ones and zeros. Okay, these, which are 1 or 0. This ones and zeros. Let's start with any questions here? Now look, a disadvantage is that if you have, let's say, a sensor, and now you're trusting the sensor, right? It's like your best friend. You're trusting these machines more than actual humans. What kind of person are you? But we don't care about that. We care about that. Okay, now you're trusting these things. Okay, if you're trusting, but what if this person goes and betrays your trust, right? Then what will you do? Well, you can't do much. You'll have to move on. The same thing happens here. If the sensor gives wrong data, and suddenly you realize the sensor is betraying you or giving wrong data, then you have to discard all the data from that sensor, because now how will you know that if any of the data is correct, because the sensor is not working properly? If it is not working properly, all the data will be discarded. So all data is discarded if it is wrong. Any questions? I'm going to ask you something then. Any questions, Zara, Safa? Not Safa, Rania.
No, sir.
Okay. Now, my question from you is, why will using a sensor in, let's say, on a volcano be better than using humans to take accurate readings?
On a volcano?
Yes, volcano.
Well, because that is dangerous.
Dangerous, right? Let's put one more thing here. Allows, this is very important, allows remote monitoring. I'm going to put an important sign here as well. Monitoring.
Okay.
Because, and it is safer for humans. Now, if you have to take readings from, let's say, acid lake, you're not going to make humans go inside the lake and take the reading. That will be dangerous. We're good people, right? Therefore, we will want to only put sensors there and that they can take all the readings, which is called remote monitoring. Remote, what is the meaning of remote? Remote means from far. From far. Zahra, any questions? Zahra, you're muted.
No, sir.
Okay, next thing is light pens. Now I don't want you to read much on this. It's not important. I'll just give you some examples. I'll give you the highlighted parts and read them.
So
Again, I'm not asking. Yes,
light pens can be used for cheating, right? I've seen in some drama. There was this light pen. If you keep it on the paper, and that no, if you gave the other light pen to someone, and then the same thing will be copied on your paper.
Oh, that would be a miracle for the students in Al-Marifa, right? Everyone will get it. That's why we should. I think DivergenCIE question should sell some of those, but I don't think we're going to do it because I am in charge, so I won't allow that. But these light pens are quite different, Zara. Fine, they're not at all like that. So I think we have to read the whole thing then. Rania, start reading, quick.
Light
Zara
pens are
also read.
used with computer as an input device. They contain sensors that send signals to a computer whenever light changes are detected. The device only work with CRT monitors, see output devices section, as they rely on the screen image being built up row by row by an electron beam. The screen is refreshed 50 times every second. Because of this, the computer is able to determine the pen's position by knowing exactly when the device detecting the electron beam passing its tip. System to allow light pens to operate with LCD monitors are still at the development stage. And
Okay,
uses of
now what
light
does this
pens.
mean? Stop. What does
Okay.
this mean? I'll show you a light pen actually. Now I'll show you what it looks like. This is old technology. Now you can't see it, nobody's using it. This is light pen. Can you see this?
Yes, sir.
Now these computers,
I've seen pictures of like this before.
yes, you must have. Now this is called a Macintosh. You don't need to know that. But these light pen, this pen on the screen is like you're drawing on the screen with this. These monitors, these big ones, which you see in cartoons and stuff, are called CRT. Cathode ray tube. Cathode ray tube. Now these are used for selecting options. Like it's like a S pen. Do you know what an S pen means? Or what do you mean? What was that one? A stylus. You know what a stylus is?
No, sir.
I'll show it to you. Have you seen a note pen? Note pen. Just a second. Meanwhile, continue reading. These light pens are basically used like selecting options, like a cursor, like your mouse. And instead of a mouse, you're using this light pen, and then it works. It makes the screen like a touch screen. If you touch the light pen on that option, it will be selected like a touch screen. But now we don't need this because we already have touch screen, right? And nobody uses CRT anymore, so we don't need it. Now read this part. Uses of light pens. Zahra.
Uses of light pens, selecting objects on 2D screens, drawing on screen, for example, with CAD backspace.
Advantages and disadvantages.
Advantages of light pens: greater accuracy than touch screen. Small can be used where space is an issue. Easy to use technology. Disadvantages of light pens: Problems with lag when drawing on screen. Only works with CRT monitors at the moment. Note that are accurate when drawing rather dated technology.
Okay. So what are the key things here? Greater accuracy than touch screens, small, easy to use. Problems are lag when drawing on
Lag
screen.
on drawing.
Only work with CRT. That's a big thing. Only works with CRT. That's like the main thing of this.
Not accurate.
Not accurate when drawing. Outdoor. Instead of writing this, write obsolete technology. What is the meaning of obsolete? Extinct.
Old.
Old. Yes, very old. Or something which is not used anymore. Okay, that is what it means. Something that is not used anymore. Users are selecting objects on CRT screens, drawing on screen. Any questions?
Not really.
Now tell me, or actually look at this.
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
can you tell me the activity again?
I'll tell it one more time. But look at the screen
Sorry,
first.
this is the note pen you're talking about.
Note pen, or it's also called a stylus.
As what?
Right.
Oh,
Stylus.
okay.
That's the actual word for this. Now, the brand name of for Samsung is called Note Pen. They work similar to these light pens, but these are for touch screen, but those were for CRT. Okay. Any questions? It works
No.
similarly to that. Now let's look at, but don't think of this as this. This is something else. This only works at old technology with CRT monitors. Now, Zara, which part should I repeat? Tell me.
I was asking about obesity. Obesity, is it cell or said? Said. Okay, it's EL.
Where?
I was asking about this
Obsolete.
Yeah.
Obsolete technology. So it is OBSELETE technology.
Sir, what's the meaning of this?
No more. Let's say old means old. Okay. Old.
Not like used much or anymore.
Not used anymore. Fine. Any questions?
No, sir.
Now the next thing is just a second. Okay. Now the last. Let's finish card readers as well. Okay. We'll finish this card readers. Start reading from here. From here. Yes. Rania.
Direct data entry DDA devices. Direct data entry devices are used to input data into a computer without the need for very much, if any, human interaction. For example, barcode readers are DDE, and the only human
Yes, tell me.
involvement is to point a reader at the barcode, and the transfer of the data to the computer is done automatically.
Okay. So all you have to do is you have to point this to the reader, and it will take all the data from the card. You have seen these cards, right? This is called the
Yes,
magnetic strip. It's a card reader, the ATM card. But there's many types of these. You have ATM card, then you have a pin and chip card. These are the new ones with the chip, right? You had these magnetic strip first. Now you have these chip cards, which are called contactless cards. We'll do that afterwards. But first, let's see what a card reader is. A magnetic strip readers. These are basically, first thing first, they use magnetic info, let's say magnetic field, okay, or use magnets. Let's just write use magnets. All that information is stored on the magnetic strip. Imagine like you have this long strip, okay, and with a magnet, I have stored some information on this. Let's have stored Rania's name and her account number, which is 11234. Now what happens after this is when you swipe it in the card, it will take all of this data and it will open your account. That is what it does. But the thing is, it's a card with a magnet. Okay. What happens is if this thing is lost, then all that, it's a useless card now, right? If the magnetic strip is gone, then it becomes useless. That is what we'll see afterwards. First, let's read the information that the stripe contains. Zara, read this.
The highlighted part.
Yes.
Stripe contains account number, sort code, expiry date, and start data.
Okay.
Okay, date. Sorry.
Date. Yes.
Sorry, date.
And uses of magnetic stripe readers are on ATMs and EFT, POS, or let's just call this as POS terminal. Forget EFT, call it POS. What is POS? Point of sales. Like when you go to Rashid Mall, you have, when you come out of Panda and you buy all of those things, like chicken nuggets, and you have to pay for it. Yeah, you take out your card and you swipe it. All of that, that swiping, that way you swipe it is called the point of sale.
Point of
Is that clear?
sales. Yeah.
Now, security devices also, because it's like a security device. It allows entry into hotel rooms when you go to Makkah and you swipe the card and then the door opens. That's it. Use at ATM or POS. Now, advantages. Rania, read.
Advantages of magnetic stripe readers: fast data entry rather than keying in with a keyboard or keypad, error-free because no typing is involved, secure, information not in human readable form, and because there is no typing, removes the risk of somebody observing your keystrokes.
Zahra, read.
Prevents access to restricted areas, not affected by oil, water, moisture, extra, no moving parts, so physically very robust.
Robust. What is the meaning of robust? What does that mean?
We don't know.
So, like, is it easy to?
Strong. Okay. Or instead of strong or / reliable. Let's just say strong. Robust means strong. Now what that means is, let's say stronger or reliable. Now if you have a moving part, okay, like such a let's say some moving part, and what happens if it gets jammed? Then your card will stop. Yes, right. But in this there are no moving parts, so this cannot jam. So if you put it in the ATM, it is guaranteed to work. Now compared to, let's say, a hard disk, it has a magnetic drive which is rotating like a CD drive. Now, have you ever tried plugging in your CD into PS4 and the CD is not detected? Has that happened?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, many times. So if that means it is not robust because it has to move, and not the CD has to move, but the moving part is actually inside the detector. Okay, if the CD drive in the PS4 jams, then it is not robust. But if you have no moving part, that means robust. So no moving parts, so very robust. Not affected by oil, water, moisture, but whatever you want on this, just don't drop it into the cooker when you're cooking food. It is going to work. And after that, all you have to do is, well, that's about it, the advantages. Main thing is it's very fast, okay, rather than keying into the keyboard, right? We're lazy, we just use a card, we can't type on a keyboard. And it's also more secure because no typing, nobody can see from you behind, no stealing of information, and prevents access to restricted areas. So it's used for security devices, we know that already. Any questions?
No, sir.
Now, finally, we have disadvantages of everything has disadvantage. In this book, if you have something there, it will have some disadvantages. That is also true in life. Now, read from here, Rania, quick.
Disadvantages: if the magnetic stripe gets damaged, for example, due to the exposure to a strong magnetic field, the data is lost. Does not work at a distance. Card needs to be in close contact with reader. Because the information is not human readable, this can be a disadvantage in some applications.
Okay,
So how
as I
is
told
not
you,
working at a distance considered as disadvantage?
now look, we are lazy people, right? We now we had cards before we had to type things. Now we have these magnetic cards. Now we want Wi-Fi. So we don't even want to go there. We just tap it, done. Right? After that, we'll have these things in our brain. We'll just think it will be done. Right? So that's what disadvantage means.
Yes,
There's
sir.
something better here. When you tap it, it is done. That's called a contactless card. It's faster, more fast, right? That's what we want. So it's also more robust. The contactless card, we'll look at that afterwards. If the magnetic part is damaged, let's say I scratch it, your cat scratches it, then the thing is gone. Right, Kharban? That is one issue. And after that, does not work at distance. Finally, information is not human readable. Perhaps if you want to give information to someone else, if you want to share something, it is not possible with this. Any questions?
No, sir.
Now, we won't do this today because we don't have time. The class was over, I think, 10 minutes ago. Let's just do one question and we're done. Fine? One partial question to help cement all your information in your mind. Otherwise, you'll forget after 1 week. So what topic will we be doing? We'll be doing about, let's try input devices, right? Yes, Zara?
I know you were just saying that what we were taking today in class, I just said speaker, microphones. Yeah.
Speaker and microphone. What about it?
No, actually, you asked like what we did today, so I just said
Okay,
like we
okay,
studied
yes.
about speaker. And
Now I'm just thinking what topic should I ask you the question on? So let's try card readers. Fine. One question from this. Look, I know you guys don't know how behind you are. I know how behind you are on syllabus. Okay, that's why I'm kind of worried. If you knew how I planned the syllabus for you and how much you're being absent, let's say, interferes with my plans, you'll realize that I'm only taking more time in the class to actually get you up to speed. Just a second. Okay. Now we did look into sensors, right? Sensors. We can also get the books for ICT, the chapter-wise papers book. It will make it easier for me to give you questions.
Sir, I wanted to ask you also about leaflets you told about and topic-wise questions. You said it was like for 40 or 45, right?
I think, yes, you'll have to ask the team.
Yeah, and sir, it's like
Yes.
per
Tell me.
subject?
It depends, ask the team. It is going to be, I'm not sure actually. You'll have to message and they'll send you a sample perhaps and they'll send you all the prices. Fine?
Okay, sir.
It's you have all the chapters, right? And it's for all subjects. That much I know. All subjects, all papers, practicals, MCQ, theory, everything, even for ICT. Now, read the question on the board. Zara.
a microprocessor controlled washing machine is fitted with a number of sensors.
Okay. What happens after that?
Pick 3 sensors which would be used in such a system.
Okay. So which sensors are used in a washing machine? We have done that in this part right here. Sensors. Now tell me which of these have washing machines. In these uses of sensors, important. Which of these have washing machines?
Temperature,
Temperature,
pressure,
pressure,
yeah,
and okay. Let's say they have to choose 3 here. So we'll have to choose whatever thing we feel is important. Now, Rania, give me the answer for this quick. Yeah, this one. 3 sensors in a washing machine.
Yes, sir.
3 sensors in a washing machine.
Sorry, could you repeat that?
3 sensors in a washing machine.
Okay, temperature sensor,
What else?
probably detergent sensor,
Okay.
and pressure sensor.
Pressure sensor. Zara, would you like to add anything or change anything?
Moisture sensor also.
Sound sensor.
Say that again.
Sound sensor.
Okay.
Moisture sensor.
Moisture sensor. I'll give you the answer now. This is correct. This is correct. This is correct. Now, sound sensor is not used inside a washing machine. Why would it need to hear what you're doing? Right? Maybe sometimes, look. I think this could be an answer actually, because some are voice controlled, automatic, but the mouse scheme is not choosing this as the answer. We have to follow the mouse scheme, right? All healthy mouse scheme. Now, but this issue is detergent sensor. Rania, there's nothing called a detergent sensor. Not inexistent. Okay, it does not exist. Now read the next question, Rania.
Describe the action taken by microprocessor during a wash cycle based on the readings from those sensors identified in part A.
All right, then forget it.
Okay, for
This is
example,
not in
for
your- yeah.
temperature sensor, it
Yeah.
can control the temperature at which we want to wash the clothes, whether it's
Okay.
gonna be high or low.
Not really, no. It's not what you think. This is from chapter number
Then
5. This is ICT applications. We haven't done this one yet. It's for 5 marks. Okay, so we can hopefully finish this quickly and get over there. CH5. Okay. Now, I think you have a sense of what senses are now. We'll do more questions later. Before I end the class, just Zara, tell me, what did we study today? Recap.
Okay, so we studied about speakers and we studied about microphones and their advantages and disadvantages. We studied about sensors, light pens. Yes.
Card readers. Finally, that's it. Okay. Now I'll just show you what else is remaining in this chapter. You have contactless card, chip and pen reader, RFID, OMR, OCR, barcode. Then you have QR code. Then output devices, monitor, LED, LCD, touchscreen, laser printer. You'll also have a 3D printer, and speaker, and that's it. Now that's it for now. Now all of this you have to hopefully finish in the next class. Fine. That's all for now. Take care. Goodbye. You have an assignment in your GCR, Zara, for chapter number 1. Fine.
Okay. Yes, sir.
And have you done the English assignment?
Sir,
One.
the one which was given today? Today there was no assignment, right?
No assignment. You have an assignment. Okay, don't do that. Do the chemistry equilibria chapter. Fine.
Okay. Yes, sir, I will do it.
Do it today. Take care. Goodbye. Allah Hafiz.
Take care. Goodbye. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.